What comes to your mind when you hear a word Nepal? Is it this or this? If yes, then you definitely need to know more layers of Nepal. And we are here to introduce what truly Nepal is. Nepal is one of the oldest countries in entire Asia, and definitely there's plethora of ancient wisdom at this place. And in this video, we'll be exploring just one part of that wisdom. Before we talk about entire Nepal, let's really focus on its capital, Kathmandu. The older name of Kathmandu is Nepal Mandala, and that's where the word Nepal comes from. And in this video, we'll be exploring and explaining how civilization used to be built back then. I'm talking about at least 1500 to 2000 years old. The common myth is that this king called Gunakamdeva and a deity came to his dream and ordered him to build a city in a very specific order. Obeying her deity's wisdom, he actually built an entire city just based on the blueprint that was given by the deity. And this is how it used to look back then. If you closely look at it, the shape actually looks like a sword. And there are 8 cardinal points that you have to look at. And interestingly, even till this date, if you actually look at these 8 different points and map it to the Google map, you can still find that sword-shaped civilization. So these 8 points are these days known as Ashtamatrika, or 8 different deities, commonly known as Shaktis. If you are actually interested to know more about these deities, we can actually create another separate video about Ashtamatrika, but this video will be exploring more about the ancient civilization and urbanization process back then. We also found that it was not just the philosophical level of grid, but actually a physical level of grid and the walls built around the territory so that it could defend from the invaders. It is also told that there were 32 gates for people to pass in and pass out, and even till this date, so many places are named after those gates. And the civilization actually follows a very standard process that you can actually find elsewhere as well. For example, all the civilians actually used to live at the peripheral regions. Then there used to be people who were closer to the kingdom, so they used to live at the middle layer of that periphery. And finally, there used to be a kingdom at the center, and king used to live at the center. So it's a very modern way of grid that we can still find in Europe and America. And in this terms, you can actually say Nepal was way ahead of the time. My team was pleasantly surprised to know and explore such ancient wisdom, and we thought that it was just a fluke. However, we started researching more and we found a pattern not just in Kathmandu but also in all the ancient cities of Nepal. For example, if we actually look at Bhaktapur, it is also made in the similar grid but in a different shape. It was shaped like a yantra, shriyantra. Similarly, Patan, if you look at it, it is shaped like a sankha or a conch. Similarly, such grid you can find it in Banepa, which is 30 kilometers away from center, and also in other different peripheral cities of Kathmandu Valley. Thus, we concluded that it was not just a fluke to build a civilization in this grid-based format. So this is definitely a scientific method that used to be strictly followed back then. Nepal Mandala or Kathmandu has the geological history of at least 30,000 years. And you can actually find dark archaeology and archaeological details that dates back to at least 2000 years. So in this series, we'll be exploring more of such ancient wisdom and also the theological side, anthropological side, and the historical side. Please do follow us for more updates from this side of the world.